Good morning, y'all. Y'all, I had this dream last night. There was another dream that I wanted to post, but I had gotten the revelations of it and I had written it down. It was pretty long. But since I seen something in real life today, um, after my dream, of course, when I woke up, I want to make the video because it was pretty encouraging. So, um, what I saw is Mr. Doom's um, thumbnail, and on it he had Vladimir Putin, riding like a stone with smoke coming out of the side of it, or whatever, like a boulder, and it looked very almost identical to the one that I saw in my dream. So I don't know if it's signifying something to do with Russia, but I'm gonna go ahead and tell the dream. So I was in a neighborhood, and my childhood neighborhood, it's called Canebrake, you guys. And in this neighborhood are 27 apartment buildings, I want to say. They range from A to Z. So anyway, we were all outside, and there was this big stone. It almost looked like an asteroid. I don't know what I perceived it to be. I just know it was a big stone, and it was purposely orbiting. I want to say the city, the town, or whatever. I just know it was orbiting in our atmosphere, and every time it spiraled down, not well, every time it got closer, every time it orbited, it got closer to the ground. And the last time I saw it, it was coming around, and it barely missed the hairs of us standing in that neighborhood. And I know it went back somewhere to the back of the neighborhood. And we just knew at some point this thing was going to hit ground, because it was kind of on purpose orbiting and then slowly drifting down at the same time. So all of a sudden this bus shows up, and it looked like a double-decker bus. And for whatever reason, like, people weren't filling up the double-decker bus, I mean the top, but I knew that it held a capacity of 400 people, and there was like no aisles or anything. It was just seats. So, if you were in the back, you just had to climb over everybody else to get to the back, or however you got in there. I don't know how you got in there. I just know it had a capacity to fit 400 people, and this bus showed up to get us out of the neighborhood. Um, it was a black guy driving it, and the rule was you had to change your clothes before you got on the bus. Like, in order to, I guess, at first it seemed as if in order to fit in the bus, you would have had to change your clothes to be able to fit in the bus, but it didn't seem as if anybody had on any thicker clothes. So, but that was the rule, and he was stern about that. He said, you have to change your clothes before you even walk in the door of the bus. So I was like, okay. At first I thought it was stupid. I was like, what do you mean? Like, these people had on thin clothes. So it wasn't like it was going to be restricting them from being able to be inside the bus, like, to full capacity. So I was like, okay, y'all hurry up. Y'all change your clothes. So I was kind of standing in the door, ushering people in, I guess. And it was the last two people. I was like, I don't know how we're going to fit in here, but we got in there. And because everybody, it was packed to the max. And he shut the door. And for whatever reason, I don't know why people weren't being able to uh, go up to the upper level, because this was a double-decker, like, school bus. And so I was like, whatever. So we got in, and this guy was so happy, you guys. Like, this was the happiest. He was so joyful. I just remember that because it was kind of dark outside, and we just barely escaped this stone thingy that was in the atmosphere. Like, kind of felt like it was an asteroid, but then again, like I said, um, when I saw it in real life, it was Vladimir Putin riding this thing like a horse. Um, so anyway, we were just kind of like going through the neighborhood or through the city. We ended up from the neighborhood and we were in town, and this guy was just like super happy. Like I kind of was like looking at him like, why are you so happy? So he just had this big smile on his face. So that was kind of it. It seemed like we went. No, it wasn't it. It seemed like we ended up in Charleston, and we ended up on this bridge, which had all kinds of like you would have to take you had to shoot up this particular bridge and kind of shoot over because there wasn't a connector, a physical connector from one bridge to the other bridge. This is a reoccurring dream I just realized today. So anyway, we just shot up on this bridge pathway, and I knew that we were going to be to the other side. So you guys, 400 as far as people, 400 people, 400 virgins were taken to Shiloh. 400 Abraham paid 400 shekels for Sarah's burial cave. There were 400 years of silence where God didn't speak to the Jewish people, and that ended with with John the Baptist coming on the scene. And also there were 400. The Israelites were enslaved for 400 years, you guys, in Egypt before God delivered them. Also, 400 symbolizes divinely perfect time period. And the number 27, like I said, this is a neighborhood where it's from A to Z. And the letters on the buildings are from A to Z. And the number 27 is the number of the alphabet. And the number 27 means beloved or loved one, a form of agape love. So I just wanted to share that. That was encouraging. Hopefully, I know a brother mentioned it in the comments from on another video that I was checking the comments. That's why I was on Facebook, on YouTube. He said, hopefully we're out of here before some of these things start to happen. Who knows? But in the dream, we were out of here like at the very last, seemed to be minutes or whatever, when we knew the impact of this, I want to say a millstone or asteroid. I don't know what it was. It was a rock, and it was purposely here. And it was kind of like it was divinely put here or something. Like, I don't know how to explain it, but it was purposely like taking its time to get here. And then we were out of here on that bus, you guys. So I believe Jesus is coming. I believe that Jesus was the bus driver who was so happy to come get us. And I will put the scripture from, I think it's 1 Corinthians 15, where we'll be changed from incorruptible, from corruptible to incorruptible. I believe that's why we had to change our clothes, okay, you guys, before we got on this bus. Also, I think David led an army of 400 people after they burned Ziklag to get his stuff back while he was away. They burned down Ziklag, and he had an army of 600, but 200 of them stayed behind, and he led this mighty army of 400. So God bless y'all. I didn't want to make this too long, and I'll come back later. I'm on my way to work on colored people's time. It's 10 o'clock. All right. God bless y'all. I hope y'all have a wonderful day. Jesus is coming, you guys.